Uh, Hello everyone. Thanks a lot, Dyer, for coming in. So today I want to explain my project that we have been working. Me and my classmates have been working on this project for the last 1 month, and I'm so excited to share it with you. So we want to gather people and ask them explain them this idea like you're the one of them. So and uh, the
Yeah,
main concept is like to gather feedbacks. So we want to hear your feedback, your honest opinion. Like, what do you think about this? Like, is that useful? Does it make
yeah.
sense? So,
Yes,
all
let's get.
right. And before starting, can you please introduce yourself? Like, where are you from? And
I'm Dair. I'm from Kazakhstan. I was born there, and what I do is that I work in influencer marketing right at the moment. But I have good background in IT and programming. This is what I love, and I was invited to the interview to give my honest feedback about that. It's gonna be honest.
great. So that's great. So let's get started. I'll share the screen. Um, Share the screen. Uh, where is this? All right, this is mocked, but before getting into this, I go to the presentations. All right, so we're Spencent, and so I think you probably know, as you know, like young people, and I mean, mo most people, let's say, like most people, they don't know like what they're spending money on. Uh, right, they're spending money unconsciously, like they're not even thinking where the money goes. Let's say like maybe you're probably thinking like I'm paying like 30 euros per month for a coffee, but it might be more. Like maybe probably you're paying like 60, 70 euros for just one cup of coffee every month. So, or let's, as an example, like uh, eating at a fast food restaurant. So you're every day like you're not even thinking like when was the last time you went for the fast food restaurant. So I don't even remember like when was the last time. So you that's what we're trying to solve. That's the kind of the main idea behind this startup. So what we're trying to make is like we want to make people aware of their spendings. Like, all right, so um, like it doesn't mean like I don't have enough money or anything. Maybe you have spent some money before in the past, but you don't actually remember. So we want to make people to see this money in front of their phone and realize how much they spend on specific things. So, uh, like, yeah, like I've mentioned this before. Like, when did you last visit Burger King? Maybe last week, maybe 2 or 3 times, not that much. So you don't re exactly know uh like when and where how much you have spent. So like that's the thing that we're trying to solve is to mm, to just project this to monitor this every one of your spendings on a restaurant, on coffee shop, on vending machine, and whatever. And yep, and the other psychological thing is like the building the habits. So once you see how much you have spent yesterday or the other day, you see the amount of money and you kind of build this habit. So whenever you go to our app, you can basically like it kind of flashes in front of your face like that happened, this happened, like in the past you have spent this money, and yeah, so and you're becoming like surprised, shocked. So that's also uh, another element. So that's where the spend sense comes. So we're not stopping people from spending. We're here to make conscious, before they do. So that's the main idea. So all right, let's get into how the app works. Our main feature is that you should turn on your location and you should enable your notifications from your bank. So we read your bank notifications, and plus we see where you at. So let's say if I'm standing in front of the Burger King and yeah, if I'm standing in front of the Burger King and for more than 5 minutes and some amount of money went out from my account, from my banking account. So, all right, and at this moment, so we try to like notify you. We're noticing this, and we're notifying you. Hey, all right, let's like you want to spend this money, right? So maybe you can skip and save this money, or there's another option like I'll spend anyway. Uh, so and you could see like spend €8 50 here, grow it to €204 in 10 years. So you could see your like what how much you have spent so far and whatever everything. So if you'll skip and save this, if you'll click to this option, then you can transfer this amount of this money to any kind of to any like to any saving provider. So to Indexo in Latvia, this is the most popular one, the third pillar pension account. There are other ones, so we don't force you to basically to put your money to Indexo. There's of course there's other options like ETFs or any other spending providers. Uh, so and you also can get like AI also kind of provides you the best one, the best option with higher rates, like or if you want, like you can select on our app. I'm gonna get this to this later, but you can select like higher rates, lower rates. AI gives you a list of provide best providers you can put your money into. So and yeah, for steps like it's in your future now, so you could see on our you could see visually on our platform. So uh, how do we motivate people to stay to retain? How do we retain our users inside our app? That's the main concept. So they don't want to use this one time and they just skip using. So like we have built this whole entire system behind this. Basically, within our app, you can earn points by doing different kinds of activities. Let's say this one, like learn and earn. So basically, you learn about, I don't know, saving, other like kind various different kinds of topics. Like you watch a 60-second video, then after learning, we quiz you. We like give you 5 questions, and if you answer them all correctly, you get like 100 points. After that, you can even you can bring a friend, and you could battle with each other in real time. So whoever wants and gets the whole prize. So and so why do we need those points? Like how do we redeem those points? That's the main question. So redeem when it comes to redeem, like when it comes to using your points, like where do you use those points? You can use those points in different kinds of activities. Like let's say you can change the first, the main one is like you can change those points into fiat money, into real money, and you can transfer to Indexo. Automatically it's transferred to Indexo, or you can get some discounts from like famous big shops like Zara, IKEA. Like we will like partner with them. So and so you'll have like some from those points. So you'll have some amount of discount if you in future will be purchasing something from IKEA or other stores. And the other thing is that it's more social. So track, climb, and flex. It's more social. You can invite friends. You can compete with other people on our app. So it's more kind of a community-based app. So what is the market cap? So this is the main market gap that we're trying to fill. Between the market cap is between I should save and I actually did. So those are the things that we're like fixing, like we're filling in. So it's pretty straightforward. And expect external impulse and so on. So what else? Oh, where's the other slides? Okay. And, okay. We have talked with this ma'am. So she works in Finland. So she's an expert in in when it comes to pension and all, so she gave us some she has helped us, like she gave us some like ideas along during our research. So and here's some of the statistics that we have found. The like 445,000 third pillar account holders in Latvia. Only 50% are making active contributions. So that is some of the research we have done during this project. So imagine if we convert just 10% of the whole 50% who are not investing. So that's some interesting facts that we have researched. So our business model is B2B, B2C. So I'll break this down. So B2B comes into play when like we're kind of partnering with like, do you remember like I've told you like we're gonna like those big businesses will give you like some discounts, some I don't know, some goodies, something good. So that's where B2B business model comes into play, and also the API partnerships, the API bridge between Indexo and our platform. So whenever you want to skip and save this 8 euro 50 cents, uh, so it's gonna automatically invest this to your third pillar account in Index or other spending providers. So we also serve the B2C. We serve the users. So users can come to our app and enjoy, play, earn, and yeah, and do whatever they want. So, and as our last slide, that's our last slide. So it's like me at 60. I have already started saving and investing to my third pillar pension. Yeah, that's about it. And this one also like kind of visualization of how the quiz section and learning section is gonna look like after watching the video. We'll quiz you some of the questions. So and now let me go over quickly to the prototype section. So that's how our app looks like. So you can see your profile, your progress so far, how much money you have in your account, smart nudges, like you've been in Burger King 4 minutes, 5 visits this month. So basically your activities, you can easily see your activities here. Skip this 850. So there's a like motivation. Yeah. Quick actions this week. So we also have like streaks, some to engage users 24 days. Best is 45. Like this is your record, community impact. So and your recent activities. Let's go to the insights. This is where you at and in today's value. So at age 60, you get like this amount of money, pension foundation. That's how much you have saved so far. The first pillar, second pillar, retirement plan, potential family protection. So like you can mm, save so that maybe in future to avoid some unexpected accidents or so you'll have some money in your banking account. protect your family or something like this. So that's our main feature. That's the so that's like the map and all the things, all the businesses like food, uh, clothing. Zara clothing total visits 2 times. You have visit total spent. Skip this visit and save 48 euros. I'll spend this anyway. And so yeah, you spent, we save the difference. So sure, what is? Ah yeah, uh, 1 minute. I'll spend anyway. And skip. I am. You will spend. Okay, the other thing that I forgot to mention, you spend this money, and in case you spend this money, we also take some commission. Like if you were going to spend this money, like we take some commission, 80 cents. 80 cents goes to your Indexo account. Or you can choose other options. Save up 5% every purchase, like 16 cents. Or this one, this much, this much. Basically, you can adjust whatever suits you best. And yeah, really, that's save, transfer and pension. So, oh, that's it. That's like the community page. It's like the learnings, and that's where you basically earn points. Yeah, by watching this tutorial and doing quizzes. Watch video, take quiz, read articles, and that's the community page. So you can see other people's progress, and yeah, that's about it. So I'd like to get your feedback and what do you think? So where could we improve? Like, how can we improve? And you yourself, like, would you like to use this program, this app? Or, yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much for the presentation. I think that on the first impression, the mission of this application and the company that you're creating is good. However, if we break it down and then project it into the future, you could tell that there are quite a bit of threats that would make it from an app that would just help people with probably different needs and spend habits into essentially an ad network, because the amount of data potentially with the amount of users that have signed up into the app could be immense and could be the most valuable thing that you could offer to different kinds of business, which then in turn would create the negative feedback cycle in terms of that you try to help people to spend money more wisely, but at the same time you would be able to give the data to the exact same companies, which would then learn from the habits and then optimize the offer so that it is more tempting to spend said money in these companies that you wanted your users to avoid. That's one thing.
Mhm.
I think this is a bit too smart of a thought, but if you think about it in terms of your application at scale, then this is easily the thing you see could happen. You become a data processing app in the first place, and only then you are helping out people with different needs to optimize their spending. One Another thing that I would like to point out is that I think that you have to really understand the people and their needs, because there are people who don't want to save any money into pension for different reasons.
Yep. So,
And there are people who want to get very rich.
mhm.
So they rather invest the money into things like stock, for example. And then they would use this money to compound interest. And there are people who don't want to get rich, but want to optimize their spending, and they just want to see how good of their spending habit is from day to day. And there are another kind of people who want to gamify that, which I think you have solved this using the point
Yeah.
system. I'm not sure about the learning platform or how really useful it is, whether people want to learn. I think that you should, when you start measuring that, how many people are actually interested in that, gather feedback from that feature. If not enough people are interested, then you might remove that. Or you could make it so people, if they learn something, they get something very good from the partners. Because one thing that your app could do, your company and yourself, is to attract partners, and they would be interested because, in a way, they could be exclusive. So, what I mean by that, if you take one pension fund, they would like to have an exclusive contract with you, and this way, no other pension fund, at least within the same country, would not be allowed. And this way, they would take all the users who might potentially invest into a pension fund. So you have to think about that, what kind of partners you could have and what you could offer them and why they would be interested. So this is another thing. Uh, Thinking from first principles, you have to uh, have part called facts and then assess and gauge the assumptions that you have. So assumption is that people want to um, optimize their money spent. Why? What, like, do you have any facts why enough people want to optimize their spending? Do they really want to optimize their spending? Maybe they
Well,
just want to, maybe they just want to earn more money, and maybe this is the right thought. Maybe you should help them actually generate more money. Maybe you should look at your marketing from that perspective.
but our target audiences are like Gen Z generation, like Gen Z. So they don't care about like this this stuff like, but they just like
Really?
spend money. So I mean, but where our focus is, from your perspective, you told me to make them like earn money, to make more money. I mean, there's some factor, there's some like taste in this, like there's some taste in our app, like we also make them earn money, right? Like we have like this point system, reward system, like they collect their points and they can
Yeah,
like they could like
yeah,
transfer those points into real
yeah,
money. But anyways, but I mean, I know it's like little amount of money, like we're just giving them cents, like 80 cents, 1 cent, for like 500 points or 400 points. But over time, it's also more about like building. So we're trying to instill in them like this habit-minded thinking. Like they want to build habit. So by building habits, they will realize like after 2, 3 months that they have already saved up like, I don't know, And they have made more money, like the 400, like I don't know, 200 or 100
Yeah.
euros. I don't know,
So
like uh,
in terms, yes. So another feedback is that if like we perform SWOT analysis, an opportunity I told you about that it could potentially become a huge data processing platform. And this way, this is going to be your number one way of you as a company generating money, because you would create an ad network where people would let in maybe your partners, maybe um, in exchange for the perspective that you'll be able to give them enough data to optimize their business process, they would become your partner and integrate with your app. So
mhm,
you should look into that. The threat is that you have to be very careful how you store given data because it's very sensitive. Then you might face one thing is regulations. How you store the data, where you store the data, how you anonymize it, how you process it, to whom you give the data, many things. So in a way, because it is borderline,
mhm.
not exactly banking app, but very close to that. You might need to discover certain things and maybe consult people who have experience in creating, I don't know, maybe some fintech applications, and they know more about that. So you need to ask them what exactly do you need to watch out for.
So yep. So the point that you mentioned there, like the whole gigantic data processing machine, our app is gonna become, right? But
Yes,
so
this is inevitable. If enough users are going to be using your app, this is an inevitable thing. And at some point, when people, I mean, big companies are going to see that, they just want to acquire you for the sake of not the app itself, um, but actually the data that you possess. It's as simple as that. And for the weakness, if now the main weakness of your app is that you might be doing too much. Okay, I
yeah,
think that
sure.
to be useful, you don't have to do much. You actually have to provide your users very sleek, automated way of handling their funds without them even to think about that. So, if and at the same time, it should be smart enough to adjust to different personas who are interested in saving their money for different reasons. Again, I thought about that. There are people who want to get rich.
Hmm. Ah, yeah, got
There are
it. Yeah, makes
there are
sense. Yeah.
people there are people, so they it means that they probably want to invest it into something that will compound interests, stocks, for example. Second thing, there are people who believe in pension, and then they want to invest the money they save into pension fund. Third type of people could be just people who don't want to invest them at all. So you should think about what you do with this sort of people. What kind of are they even beneficial to the system? Those who just want to save money and just spend less. Okay, they just want to spend less. So you have to see um, how they could benefit from your app and how you could benefit from them. Because every interaction with your customer has to be mutual. It has to be mutually beneficial. If one of your potential, if a group of your potential users are not really useful to you, you should either adjust the functionality and offer,
Hmm.
or you just not, or you should just modify your model in that they don't sign up in the first place. So I think that your app is just doing too much, and I think that you should focus
We
because
should, got it.
there are going to be a lot more things that you are going to have to take a look at if you want to actually go ahead and launch this product. You don't have to um, make it spread too much. Instead, it should just provide a very, very streamlined experience for a select groups of people that you want to cater to, and you are interested in them because you
Yeah.
see that they could bring a lot of benefit to you and you could bring a lot of
Mm-hmm.
value to them, so that they are interested in using your app,
Mm-hmm.
so that they don't get back to their old habits because they just don't see much value in what your app is providing.
Mm-hmm.
So they better not use your app in the first place. Or maybe it just
Ah,
makes them do so much work. So
um,
you have to think about it also, because as an app,
mm-hmm.
you have to directly integrate into their lifestyle, and do
Mm-hmm.
so in a very seamless way that uh,
Mm-hmm. Right.
increases the likelihood of them prospering.
Yeah,
In
but
this way,
it's
it is financial. So they just get, so in the end they just have more money to sustain their lifestyle, and you should integrate into that. So it means that you need to understand your customers a bit more and their habits, and make them do less but get more. And this is the whole value thing for your
uh,
customers. Long-term plan is you become data processing platform, and this is what will actually make your app extremely valuable,
mm-hmm. Yep.
because you possess so much data that it's going to even be dangerous for you, if you get what I say. Because how could we let this small company of, I don't know, 5 6 people, for example, in the future have so much data and they not sharing with us? Can't be so. um, you have to do everything to protect your customers information day one.
Yep.
And I
That's
think,
right.
this is going to be one of your next steps, is to consult with people who have experience
Mm-hmm.
in creating fintech applications, how
Mm-hmm.
they handle all of that, what you should be watching out for, what kind of regulations. Maybe there are different ones in the United States, European Union. You should also look at what kind of countries you want to start with, what launch your app first, and many, many things like that. Because a lot of it comes down to expanding in a regional way, because uh, one of the main features of your app is integration with your partners. There are different companies throughout the world, so you might need to like expand strategically. Like first this market, these countries, then these countries, then these countries. So it's going to be very gradual.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So like we need to do things
At,
like
at,
step by step, and also like when it comes to data and privacy,
yes, I
like
think that
people, uh,
your app has to be very minimal, at, at least initially. At least
mhm,
initially, very minimal, integrate very well, make your customers do less work for getting more in the future, and they should see how it benefits them right now. So they should be addicted, hooked as soon as they install the app, so
yeah.
that they see something. For example, you could, for example, uh, have an agreement with your partner.
Mm-hmm.
For example, you take your first partner, and then based on the premise that they could be an exclusive partner within a niche that they're working with, pension funds, they could offer your first customers some bonus, for
Ah,
example,
yeah,
for signing up. So then you
makes
would
sense.
set up such as like this sort of affiliate system,
Yeah.
which would benefit you and would benefit your partner.
So everyone
So
would get
there's
to know like the first customer gets the like the bonus and all
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
perks,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Ah, got it.
yeah, yeah. So there's like a lot of things to like like a lot of people to talk to. Okay, and then you have to make your app very minimal so that you don't simply overwhelm users with information. Okay.
Right, I got a few points. Thanks a lot. So, like the first thing is like the very important thing is like partnership. Through partnership, people
Yep.
actually believe and they want to, uh, allow their, I don't know, like allow their permissions to for data and privacy, right? So
Yes.
they'll see that we're partnering with some of the
Yes.
biggest companies. So, and the other things like I noted down is like people beliefs like there are many kinds of people there
Yeah.
some people like they want to get rich really fast or they're lazy, they don't want to even
Yeah.
save.
Yeah. 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 There are different types of people, but you might
Yep.
just want to optimize the app for like two, three groups of them. But I think the main ones are like the ones that I told you. But maybe I'm wrong. There are more. This is something that you have to perform market analysis and things like that. Like there are people who just want to have a good pension, but maybe these people have not really made too much research into how pension fund works. But this is up to them. And pension funds are the partners that you could easily, I think, have a contract with.
Yep.
Two are the people who want to invest in compound interest. And three, people don't want to invest it, but just save it into the account. So they just want to spend less,
Hmm.
if it makes sense. So I think
Yep.
that you should think of these three groups of people and
Hmm.
make so that you integrate so seamlessly
Yep,
into
similar,
the
exactly.
lifestyle
So that they won't
that they
like
don't even know, so that they
yeah,
don't even
ex
notice the
yep,
application itself.
exactly. So
It's just the natural way of life for them.
mhm. So they wouldn't like do so much of manual work. So everything will be so much
Absolutely
like
no.
automated. And is that what you mean? Like, or
Yes,
uh,
yes, yes, yes. Because
okay, got
it's
it.
like this is your main job as an
Okay.
app.
Hmm.
Like like you don't have to overwhelm. If you overwhelm the users, they will not use your app. Okay, maybe a couple of geeks for some reason,
Hmm.
but that's about it.
Uh-huh.
You should think about the people, how they live, and how you could be a beneficial part of their life immediately.
Uh-huh, got it. So, and also there's like financial literacy. We teach people about finance, money also. But I mean, but
I think
what do you
that
think about this part? Like,
I think that you should focus. I think this is not something that you should focus on, at least initially. Okay,
okay, okay, got it.
so you should strip all the like bullshit and focus on the needs and make
Mm-hmm.
so that you satisfy the needs as good as you possibly can in a minimal enough way so that it's convenient and don't overwhelm them and actually useful. You have to have this balance, which is difficult, but this is your job as an application developer to figure
Mm-hmm.
this out.
Yeah.
How to find the balance between
All right.
convenience, value, and
Okay.
uh, like basically how simple it is.
Mm-hmm. All right. Thanks a lot for your feedback. So we have less than a minute. So let's wrap up.